His Excellency, Mr. Vayapuri, the Vice President and Acting President of the Republic of Mauritius, the Honorable Mrs. Oropero, Minister of Gender Equality, Child Development and Family Welfare, members of the jury panel present today, the influential women of 2016 present today, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to tell Darren that I'm going to pay you today because your mic is not working. And actually it's a blessing in disguise because this lecture seems to be too tall for me. So I'll be standing and actually giving you my speech. I have got an iPad, a speech, so I'll try to say something, but I think Janita has said quite a few herself. First of all, it's a great pleasure to welcome you all at today's launching. And this is very much what Innovate does. For the past 11 editions, we have always tried to come up with something which is very new. And somehow we have done quite a few editions that involve women as the main theme. We had women as leaders as the 4th edition, and we had a special theme on family. And now we have decided to come up with something which is very daring, which is the 100 most influential women in Mauritius. And I have to say that it was not planned as such that 3 years ago we had a vision, we had a strategic plan to come up with a publication that honors the women of our country. No, it wasn't like that at all. In fact, it all happened while I was trying to grow my business, and I was going through all those directories, those elite directories, and looking at those directories, I was quite shocked, in fact. Why? The reason is we have 1.3 million people in Mauritius, approximately, and we have 65% approximately women. That comes to around female population, but that comes to around 675,000 approximately. And out of that, we have 375 that are classified as women, that is 18 plus. And when you look at those elite publication, what you have is around 18% women only. That is 40 out of something. And I thought, come on, just if you look at what the girls are doing at SC level, HSC level, they are outshining the boys. And I thought, what's happening from the end of the secondary school to the professional career where the recognition is not there? And I thought, okay, looking at it, having done some research, it's obviously we haven't explored what women are doing exactly in the specific field. That's where I met a few friends and proposed the idea that if we do come up with something which is the most influential women, we didn't have a number which is 100 or whatever, and we thought, okay, let's give it a go at such kind of an idea, and let's have a business model that is flop, to be honest, and let's have a group of people putting ideas together and bring something that will make a difference. And I'm very blessed that I have people around me that have encouraged me towards implementing that idea. They have always told me that you have to follow your heart. Though I do use my brain sometimes, but sometimes I do use my heart. And we have come up with a structure how to try to actually come up with a directory of 100 most influential women. It's a magazine, in fact. Bearing in mind that this is not a competition, we are not going to honor the top number 1 and the 100, no. We have selected different categories, like media, communication, education, business and entrepreneurship, entertainment, politics, governance, and we have done a call for participation and a call for nomination. It's pretty obvious that some women just do pick themselves up, and we have put forward the name to the jury panel that have debated whether they should be there or not. We have received hundreds of applications, hundreds of requests, hundreds of nominees, and today we have 100 most influential women. If someone can move that slide, it's like I'm Jalila here. And yes, we have the directory, and I would like to credit that book first to the 5 jury members that have worked tirelessly, given me great advice so that I can actually come up with this kind of publication. And I would like to say a big thank you to Dina Jita, who is unfortunately abroad, to Shaheen Mohammed, who is being hidden behind the cameraman. There is also Vina Malloy, who is also, I think, on that table. There is Georgina Raghavan here, and we have my very good Rotarian friend, although we have a big difference in terms of age, but he's a very good friend of mine, Professor Tol. And I would like to say a big thank you to my team, to my very young team. Jalila herself was there for a long time, working tirelessly, doing some research on the candidate. To Raksha, who joined us for this specific project. To my sales team, to my design team, and to the logistic team that made the book possible today. And today I'm standing here very proud with a book, because I'm the only man here that have the blessing of 100 women and the curse of a few hundred women also who are not there in the book. See, the 100 Most Influential Women magazine by no means undermine the work that other women are doing. No, not at all. I'm pretty sure there are lots and lots of women out there doing some fantastic job, and I'm sure they are influential in the eyes of the people they love and in the eyes of the people they trust. And I would like to encourage these people to carry on doing that amazing work that they are doing. And I hope that if I'm doing, it's not if I'm still the director of Train to Gain next year, then definitely 2017 edition will be available. I would like to also put in mind to thank actually the sponsors of the project, because it's been very difficult in the beginning to actually put in place the business plan. But I had converted from a CEO to a salesperson, contacting all my good friends and actually telling them the good cause of that project. In fact, there is a good cause associated to this project. The profit that we have already earned have been used for the Christmas celebration at the Pediatric Ward Hospital at Centre du Flac. It happened last Saturday. And we are now selling the magazine, which will be on sale as from tomorrow in all the supermarkets, in all the at the news agents, and a major share of the profit that will come immediately will be used to buy toys for a number of shelters, so that we can put a smile on a few more needy kids' face. I would also like to thank my parents. They are here today as usual, supporting me, and they are actually a major sponsor of the project. It just came. Okay. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Also, I would like to, on an ending note, wish you all the best. There is Christmas coming soon, so I'm going to play a video just to give you a taste of Christmas. So in the meantime, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year 2017, and I hope you have a great evening among us. So there is a video that's coming up. Thank you.
Of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Vayapuri, Professor Harish Bimal, CEO of Train to Gain, Honorable Rubina Jadu, PPS, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. It brings me immense pleasure and pride to share this evening with you. Very special people. I'm so proud to be among successful women, very special women, but also, you will agree, very special men, who believe in gender equal society, who believe in the power of women, when many persist in tagging them as weak. More than ever, we need feminist men to shake the hegemonic masculinity that perpetuates on and on, decade after decade, a dramatic imbalance. This very imbalance is both source and consequence of discriminations suffered by women, starting from home to office, from economic to political participation. I would say, bottom line, everywhere. We need feminist men to stand up and fight against those power blocks that prevent women from emerging. We started a small revolution in March this year in my ministry with platform called Engaging Men as Advocates for Gender Equality and Women Empowerment. It was an amazing experience with some very enriching participation of men from top positions in both public and private spheres. The most courageous ones shared their fears to face and to cope with empowered women. And unfortunately, most predominantly, the silent ones, we can understand their silence. Mr. Bimal, you are one of those feminists who cannot remain silent. What you came up with is a mind-blowing innovation. 100 most influential women in Mauritius. This 13th edition of Innovate is a glorious celebration of women, women's power, women's passion, women's purpose, women's potential. The spirit behind this publication is beautiful because there's no trace of competition. Each woman in this publication is a success story, an icon of empowerment for the hundreds out there to forge their inspiration upon. The executive director of UN Women, Mrs. Pumzile, once said, I quote, "There is no great force for change, for peace, for justice and democracy, for inclusive economic growth than a world of empowered women," unquote. I wish this directory of 100 most influential women to give birth to thousands of influential women across our republic and even beyond. Congratulations to the whole team behind Innovate 13, men and women who made this celebration come true. We wish you all success. Thank you for your attention.
Honorable Mrs. Oro Perrault, Minister of Gender Equality, Child Development and Family Welfare, Professor Harish Bimal, CEO of Train to Gain Group, the PPS, Honorable Rubina Jadu John Bacchus, distinguished ladies, gentlemen, the few that you are present tonight, Good evening. I must say, I've never been before in such a sweet company, except perhaps when I accompanied my wife to a party organized by the ex-students, the Cateau Vert of Queen Elizabeth College. I was one among the few husbands who accompanied their wives. But tonight it is indeed a rare occasion for me to be in the company of exclusively beautiful, intelligent, and enterprising women who make a difference for the better in the lives of people in Mauritius. But I am very pleased and honored to be here. The reason being that for me, as the Vice President of the country, and indeed as the acting President, to personally recognize, honor, and encourage you, the female intelligentsia of our country, for your outstanding performance and contribution to the advancement of the country. I must thank Professor Bimal for giving me this opportunity. To my mind, the compilation of a list of 100 most influential women in Mauritius is a risky exercise on the part of Mr. Bimal. There must surely be a number of deserving personalities who have escaped his attention. He said it himself. And maybe for the next edition of influential women, it will be many more women in Mauritius who will be recognized. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to say that Train to Gain has brought something very innovative this year to recognize and honor Mauritian women through a well-thought theme, the 100 most influential women in Mauritius for the year 2016. Let me thank and congratulate the entire team behind this project and wish them all the best in their future endeavors. Ladies and gentlemen, although we are highlighting the achievement of a selected list of women this year, we cannot deny that each and every woman at home is influential in his own way, in her own way, whether as a mother, as a sister, as a wife, or an employee at any organizational level. She is influential as man, and in some fields, even more influential than man. I believe, in the words of Aragon, and as it is sung by Jean Ferrat, la femme est l'avenir de l'homme. Yeah, that deserves a good applause. Today, women's contribution to our socio-economic development is well recognized and appreciated. Gender equality is taken very seriously. Women's demand for their rights have been wrongfully denied. As a responsible nation, it is our duty to correct any discrepancy. I salute the tremendous effort of government and organizations that support women in their fight for their rights. It is interesting to note that in the judiciary in Mauritius, women are very much present. We have 8 women judges representing 47% in this category. Better still, nearly 64% of magistrates are women. So you are doing better than men there. In the civil service, women are doing fairly well with 35% among the permanent secretaries. However, in politics, women represent only 19% of the total number of members in the National Assembly, when the declared desired percentage should be 33%. Here, my own feeling is that, in general, in Mauritian politics, there is no discrimination against women by the main political parties, in the sense that a woman is not denied the chance to be a candidate just because she is a woman. We have to understand that what any leader of a political party wants are candidates who stand a chance of getting elected. So, all a woman interested in politics should do is not to seek to be on the list, but by being charismatic and by being popular in the electorate, whereby her chances of getting elected are high and real, she can influence the leader to want to have her on the list. I am glad the magazine we are about to launch, the 100 Most Influential Women of 2016, is an initiative coming from a man. It shows that men are ready to stand by their female counterparts to help them be drivers of change and give them the credit they deserve. To conclude, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you among the 100 most influential women for your admirable performance and contribution to the advancement of the nation, be it in the field of economy and finance, health, environment, entrepreneurship, education, arts and entertainment, the media, the social services, communication, politics, and youth and sports. And this list of 100, in this list of 100, we have topping the list, of course, our first woman president, Amina Garib Fakim. Next, we have the first woman speaker, Maya Anumanji. And in the list also is included my predecessor, the first woman vice president of the country. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me say, long live all the mothers and sisters of Mauritius, all the women of Mauritius, long live the Republic of Mauritius. And before I resume my seat, let me wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year 2017. Thank you.